I remember like all these people looking at the DJ box up, and there was one guy standing there and looking at the crowd. And I asked my cousin, why everyone's keep looking at that guy? And she told me he's the one controlling all this crowd. So I said, one man ruling all these 200 people with his fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was like a game changer for me, because I was like, if you can do that, you control the whole vibe and crowd, and everyone respects you for that.
Cem Ebeoglu, DJ Gemandi, a trailblazer in the DJ scene, a maestro behind the decks who has seamlessly blended beats, culture, and business. Over the past 23 years, he evolved from spinning records at dormitory parties to gracing stages at renowned festivals around the globe. Also the founder and the CEO of DanceMania Dubai, where he imparts his wisdom to aspiring artists through one-on-one coaching and much more. What's the option tools that they have now, not to become a good DJ, but to be seen?
I would say the cheapest way.
Welcome back, Alphas, to a new inspiring episode of the Alpha Talks podcast. Today in the studio, I've got a very special Alpha for you today. Cem Ebeoglu, DJ Gemandi, true luminary in the world of music and entrepreneurship, a maestro behind the decks who has seamlessly blended beats, culture, and business. So please welcome Cem.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And the second name, Cem Ebeoglu.
And my artist name Gemandi.
Gemandi, DJ Gemandi.
That's it.
Pleasure having you today.
Thank
you, brother, for coming. It's an honor. And I'm looking forward to hear the bombs from you about DJing and music and how you turned it into a business.
Yes.
So I usually start with a question.
Okay.
The question says, once we publish the episode, people will see the graphics, will see the artwork, will see the title.
Yeah.
And people will see, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What can you promise them today to get if they gave us their time? Anything out of your head?
I can definitely inspire them for to get into music. That's one of the main my main goal in life.
He already inspired me.
Yeah, you're gonna start with the course. So once you get into it, you're gonna be hooked up. That's it.
This podcast is finished, guys. Next.
I think next time you see him on the next podcast, he's gonna be DJing. So,
exactly.
So let's see.
We're looking forward to it. Brother, let's start and say, how are you today, first of all?
Yeah, I'm good. Early morning. Having my first coffee and having a nice conversation, which is cool.
Looking forward.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and who you think you are from your perspective, and to the audience even.
Well, I was a lucky guy who discovered this passion on the age of 12, 13. You know, I discovered music and turned my passion into my business, which I feel lucky in that. You know, I'm one of those lucky persons.
How did you discover it? 12 years old, 13 years old?
I mean, it was weird because my cousin ended up dragging me into a daytime party.
Yeah.
We, in Cyprus, we used to have like Fridays for schools.
Yeah.
Like after 2 p.m., they have the daytime parties in the clubs because you cannot go out at nighttime. And so she's supposed to look after me. Yeah. And she ended up dragging me there. You know, we've had my parents knowing that. And then when I get into the club, into the club, I was really like amazed with the atmosphere, because there was like 200 people all like dancing to the music, and I didn't know who was running the whole music behind the scene. Mm-hmm. I thought it was like they play
on a stereo or some CD.
On a CD. Yeah. I mean, back then there was no CD. I'm talking about 1996, 97.
Discman and all this.
Records.
Records. The records. Yeah.
Records, or there was like tape. Old school tape. Yeah. And I remember like all these people looking at the DJ box up, and there was one guy standing there and looking at the crowd. And I asked my cousin, why everyone's keep looking at that guy? And she told me he's the one controlling all this crowd. So I said, one man ruling all these 200 people with his fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was like a game changer for me, because I was like, if you can do that with a power, it's a power, it's a strength. If your own taste, you control the whole vibe and crowd, and everyone respects you for that, you know? So it's not art, it's a way of art, you know, how you choose the songs, how you blend them. It's like telling a story. So when your story is good and you drag people 1 hour, 2 hours in your set, then people will never forget that.
True.
And they'll say, I want to hear that story one more time, second time, first time.
It's an emotional attachment.
And that's when you start building your own fan base.
A quick note, I find this incredibly intriguing. On the back end of our YouTube channel, it says around 75% of you who watch this channel frequently over the lifetime of this channel haven't yet hit the subscribe button. I just wanted to ask you for a favor. It helps this channel so much if you choose to just subscribe. It helps us invite guests that give you great value. It helps us scale the production and as well makes this show bigger and bigger for you. And if you enjoyed the previous episodes and you're currently enjoying this episode, could you please hit the subscribe button? I love your support. It's incredible to see all your comments and engagement, and we are just starting. Thank you so much, and I will repay this gesture by making sure that everything we do on this show makes it bigger, bigger, and better. I'm committed to do this promise. Do we have a deal? Thank you so much for subscribing. It means the world to me.
So this happened at age of 13.
13, yeah. It was like a, like brainstorm idea. Like it just came suddenly, and it got stuck to my head.
How did you turn it to a profession then?
Yeah, that's a long story. I don't know if our podcast is long enough, but
in a quick, okay, you saw this kind of passion, you got attracted to it.
Okay, I'll make it short.
Yeah.
First, I end up searching what I need to become a DJ.
So you wanted?
I wanted to do this. I said, this is it. I'm gonna do this, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So I ended up searching. There was no internet back then. I ended up searching around, like asking what do I need. You need a mixer, DJ mixer. So
guys, what he's saying now, just to understand, life now is easier. When you want to find something, you just Google it. Back at like 1980, where we were born, there was nothing like this.
No,
you need to go to the shop, the store, ask people.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, now you can learn stuff on YouTube.
True.
Back then, I had to beg my friend to show me how to DJ.
True.
And he said, no. You come, you watch me every weekend for 1 hour, and you learn every time I teach you something new.
True.
And it took me like 1 year to learn properly. Yeah. Then after 1 year, I started playing at clubs.
So that's the only work you did in your life? So since you remember?
I mean, I studied in university. I have a degree on computer science, computer engineering.
But never worked in it?
I tried, but like
it doesn't work.
When you try something and it doesn't fit with your character, you feel always like you're in the wrong place. That's how I felt. I said I cannot sit in an office. I'm not an office type of person to come sit down and I like to socialize.
True.
So when I do music, I don't look at time because it's my passion. I enjoy it. I enjoy the time. But when you're working in an office and you don't enjoy your time and you end up like checking your time every 1 hour, like when I'm gonna finish, that's not a good life, because you're not really like doing it from the heart.
Exactly, and you will never succeed in it actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say you started.
Yeah.
Number one question: did you have any family like, oh my God, my kid will be a DJ?
No.
Don't do it.
No.
They were very supportive.
No.
No, also no.
No. My father, I had to cry to my father. It was my birthday. I cried to him. I said, buy me this mixer, because it was £200 back then, which was very expensive. And he said, no, I'm not going to waste my money. I'm going to buy you this. You're going to use it for 1 week and that's it. Next.
Yeah.
Because I was always trying new stuff, but I couldn't get attached to it because I didn't feel.
Yeah.
This was the only thing that I get hooked up and I couldn't leave. And it completed my character, like there was missing piece. So I kind of discovered it when I was 13. And finally I kind of convinced him. He bought the mixer for me. And the funniest part, when I opened the box, I thought it comes with all CD player, everything all together. But I didn't know that the DJ mixer comes as a single unit.
A block and that's it, yeah.
And then I was like, where do you put the CDs? Because I remember around that time CD just came out. This was like 1999. I remember 98, 99.
The Discmans and all this.
Yeah, Discman. There was Walkman, Discman.
Walkmans, yeah.
So I used to have a Discman, which I connected my Discman to the mixer, and I was playing one track. But then I said I need second one.
Yeah.
So where I'm gonna get the second one? I end up collecting my pocket money and buying for my friends.
No way.
So I bought this second hand Discman, and I was putting two songs together, which you cannot change the speed, nothing. You just put two tracks which you feel they're matching. Mixed. You press play at the same time, and if you're lucky, you get like 10 seconds of transition, and then I used to record it on a tape.
Oosh.
You know the tape
recorder?
Of course,
of course.
And I used to play in a car and show it to my friend. Look at the mix, like 10 seconds, and I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Because back then it was very hard, like to be able to do a proper mix.
If I ask you, the challenges that you had in your early times versus the challenges that DJs find now when they're starting, what are the difference in these kind of challenges? What they're
huge, like budget.
Yeah.
First of all, the budget is the biggest.
In
now
early
it's cheap.
time, now it's cheap.
Now
so
it's very
it was
cheap.
expensive before.
I mean, now you can buy something around 1,000 dirham, which will do your job. Back then, you had to spend like minimum 6,000-7,000 for the entry level. That's the lowest, and then you jump to 15 and 30. There was no range.
Okay.
But with the computers, electronic things came out. Things are now cheaper, smaller, affordable. Because back then, DJing wasn't an ordinary hobby.
Yeah.
It was a unique, like it's like same as photography.
True.
Like you buy a professional camera or you buy a normal, the
small
film.
one, the Kodak.
Kodak camera, which is cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
So there was no range. Now you have range from entry level, intermediate, advanced level, professional, over professional, custom designs. Like you even have equipments like they do according to your
custom design.
Yeah, even headphones like according to your ears, your shapes. Yeah, like
and it differs in performance.
They're different frequency because they check your ears, how you hear, and they design according to your hearing levels.
No way.
Also to protect your ears as well.
So first thing, the challenge was a budget versus now and then.
Budget, and second was the biggest one was knowledge. Skills and knowledge, like to find information about the courses, like how you're gonna learn. There's no internet.
You need to find someone.
So in Cyprus there was like 4 DJs back then. Whole island has 4 DJs.
4 DJs.
And then these guys are like top.
So if you want to learn from them, it's kinda...
like they're like on their peak career, and I'm like a new boy starting up, and they don't even take me seriously. Like I was like 13, they're like 25, 26 or 30. So luckily that guy that I saw in that club, we became a friend somehow.
So you learned from him. So skills now and knowledge is easier.
Yeah, I ended up watching him, but then he didn't teach me every single details. I learned the main things, but I kind of really improved myself when I bought my first proper like DJ equipment in UK. So I was studying university.
Interesting. So tell us about this transition from Cyprus to UK.
So basically, I finished high school, secondary school, high school in Cyprus. Then I went to university
with
UK.
the same passion. With the same passion of to DJing, I mean.
I was DJing and studying at the same time. So let's say I was DJing on the weekends, and weekdays I was studying because I felt like rather than going and party, why I don't
do my party,
I entertain people.
True.
And then it ended up going big because the TV channel starts coming and recording every weekend. I'm on the TV suddenly. Teachers start seeing on TV, on newspapers. So I was like one of the top on a young age, and I ended up playing in Ministry of Sound in London, age of like 22.
Ministry of Sound. Ooh,
I played in Ministry of Sound in London. I did a opening set for Benny Benassi in Cyprus.
Well done, man.
I almost did an opening set for Tiesto, but
almost
the same night I had the Ministry of Sound gig.
So I had to choose one. Well done.
I had to choose one, and I went for Ministry of Sound because it was the main box, the main room, not the baby room, the main room. So that's like one life at
exactly
one
opportunity.
Exactly.
True.
So that's how it started, and then you asked me about what was the question?
No, I mean the transition. So so you moved to London, UK.
Yeah, so I studied in University of Reading for 1 year. While I was studying there, I kind of become professional actually there by playing in student union front parties. That's when I first earned my first payment.
How did it feel? That earning money from your passion?
It felt good, but I didn't think about the money. To be honest, if they told me like you'll do it for free, I would do it, because all I cared was like the atmosphere, the people, making people happy. Like spreading the vibe.
True.
Because I get my motivation, like when I done that, I felt like I'm doing something good, and I feel like proud of myself. Okay, I'm someone who's giving to the community.
True.
Not
but
like,
the best thing is you having your passion and making money out of it. That's the best.
So when I get paid, that money all went to the equipment. So nothing came to my pocket.
Upgraded and
but it wasn't an investment. So it kind of built up my whole music career by buying better equipment, better stuff, being able to be free to buy whatever I want without asking my father. So my father was really against it at the beginning. I'm coming back to your question now. Because back then DJing was treated like a drug dealer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like all DJs were like, you use drugs, you're a DJ. I was like, no, you don't have to use drugs. You just you just need to connect with the music.
True.
If you can connect mentally, it's like meditation. Do you need drugs to meditate? No, it's all mental. If you can connect, like if you're like how they say, if you're like free with yourself, you can connect with any condition.
Without drinking, without
drinking, you just need to focus.
True.
And some people find focusing by using alcohol or drugs, which I find it not good because you don't last long.
Yeah.
In that case, you end up after 20 years having issues, health issues, and also your life goes very up and downs. It's not stable. Yeah. It's not healthy. But then when you're connected as a passion, you just need to hear one good music and that's it, you're connected.
Yeah, true.
Any moment. You can be in the car, anywhere. And so my father was like, no, I don't want you to end up using drugs. I said, Dad, this is my passion. Yeah. I'm not doing it for those kind of stuff, He's like, okay, I don't mind you go to the club, you do your job and you get out.
Come back.
Don't get involved. Yeah, he's like, I don't want to see you handcuffed, in a police station.
Yeah, I come get you out.
That's it, it will be over. I said, don't worry, trust me. So I never let them down. Yeah. I mean, thanks God, touch the words.
Yeah, true.
And after like 1 year, 2 years, I remember I was earning more than my father in terms of salary.
Income.
Because I was really good at it. Yeah. So people start offering me, every club that came up to me, offering me more money than the existing club. So I can play there.
Wow.
So on a young age, I was earning really good salary actually. I was earning like almost like double or triple of normal basic salary of normal person working
employee
monthly.
Yeah.
And my father was like, where do you find this money? I said, don't worry, I'm not
You said drugs, right?
I said, I'm not doing drugs. I'm not selling anything.
That's from my work.
This is from my work.
Effort.
Because he didn't know, back then, you didn't have like all this media, social media that you can follow up. Yeah. He didn't know what was happening. He just seen me going out from the house at 10 o'clock or 9 p.m., come back at 6 in the morning. And then he used to watch me on the TV after a while. Yeah. Then he used to say, oh, you look good. And he sees 2,000 people. I'm playing for 1,000, 2,000 people. He's like, wow, you play for a big crowd? I say, yeah, I'm a good DJ. Then
you believe me now?
Then he start realizing that I am talented. I have this talent because, if the parents, they don't follow up with their kids, they don't know what's happening behind the scenes. So you got to follow up.
True.
Now he's my biggest fan. Now he's like
send me your latest.
When he find out, because he was telling me always like, you cannot earn lots of money from this is your hobby, so you gotta have a backup plan. So my backup plan was my degree, computer. But I never end up doing that, but it helps me with my studio setup,
connecting and stuff,
all the electronics, it
aware
helps.
Of it,
So because I keep up to date, with the latest technology and everything. But also at the same time, when he starts reading, my father starts searching. Okay, why Tiesto is earning $30 million 1 year?
Hey, good job, son. Continue.
Because back in the days, he used to tell me like, you want to earn money, you become a football player or a singer.
Exactly. True.
Nothing else. Big money.
And be lucky.
Yeah. So because they were pushing me to go for football, but I never felt it. Anyway. So when he saw that Tiesto, all this David Guetta, like this big guy is earning $30-40 million per year, he started calling me and asking me, what's the difference between these guys and you? Like, why do they earn 30 million and you don't earn?
It's a very good question I want to cover as well.
Yeah. And I said the breaking point is they produce their own music. They're artists. They're not DJs anymore.
They're not mixing in that.
They're not mixing DJs. You can find millions of them. It's a unique art, but it's not gonna get you to the final point.
But tell us this, because I think a lot of people will want to understand. So there is a way that you do it, is just you get the songs or the music and you just mix it together, and that's type of DJ.
I'll tell you the difference. The difference between DJ.
I'm getting a free masterclass.
So being a DJ and being a music producer, they're totally different. It's like we are both doctors. You're a dentist. I'm a brain surgeon. So because we have the same title, that doesn't mean I can do your job and you can do mine.
And the difference is.
Biggest difference. I mean, We have same
Terminologies.
same common terminologies. I can understand if you tell me a medicine, whatever, but you will not know how I do my surgeries, and I will not know how you operate with the dentist.
So one of them is you're mixing stuff, and one of them you're creating stuff.
Yeah, so basically DJing is like you take existing songs, which is made by producers, and you mix them and you create a story.
Okay.
So it's like same as you're a movie director. You take
some scenes
from different strips, you connect
Put it
them,
together,
you create a movie. You create a story, which is good. Still creative work, still something unique.
and that's the majority, right? Majority of DJs, kind of.
This is all DJing. But when you become a music producer, you kind of become someone who innovates something that doesn't exist.
Your own thing from scratch.
It's like, let's say you innovate something that you can light up a bulb by holding with your hand, by using electromagnetic fields, whatever, with frequencies, which doesn't exist. But if you do that, that's a breaking
Creating
innovation.
your own music.
Yeah. So that breaking innovation, which is your own music, can go viral. Can get you to a point that everyone will know your name because of one.
So that's what sets Tiesto on the top. Yeah.
So why Tiesto, all these big guys are big? Because they release their own music. I mean, Tiesto was DJing way before he released his music, but no one knew about him. He came from a DJing background. By the way. He was like me. He was DJing in many years in Amsterdam, in clubs and bars and everything. But then when he released his first single, I think it was Let in the Industry. It went worldwide. It went crazy. Trance music picked over the whole scene.
True.
And then you start seeing him everywhere on all big festivals, 50,000 people, 20,000 people. That's the best marketing.
True.
Imagine you play your song in one festival for 50,000 people. Out of those 50,000, probably 10,000 will become your fan
100%
on the same
true,
day.
True.
You check your Instagram, after 1 hour, you get 10,000 followers.
True.
Or 20.
Yeah.
So imagine you do this 3 times a week in different country, different crowd. So it's very
Across
easy
the
to
globe,
market.
true.
It's like I don't want to call it like virus, but it's
similar.
It spreads so fast that no one, like within 1 month, 2 months time, everyone will know your name and you don't even know where you are standing.
Wow.
Yeah.
True. But what happened then? You came to Dubai.
So, that was a turning point. So I'm coming back to the thing. So it's all pieces coming together. So what we started, how I discovered my passion. Then my father helped me to get my mixer. Then I went to UK. I ended up DJing.
And you start to earn money from it.
And then I started buying my own equipments. Then afterwards, there was some economic crisis back home. So I had to go back. I had to leave UK and go back to Cyprus. So when I went back to Cyprus, I ended up actually that was the turning point. That kind of helped me to get into big clubs. Okay. Because I was ready. So when I went back and I started performing, they were like, "Who's this guy?" Out of nowhere he came. He's Cypriot.
True.
He's very good, and everyone started like asking me to play in their clubs. So that kind of took me really picked up my career from there. And then I ended up going to UK, playing internationally as well.
Kind of by referral, like you start to attract offers and deals,
networking. Like I mean, back then there was no social media. So I mean, there was Facebook came out in I think 2004.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So I'm talking about I started 2000. Year 2000 I started.
Even when it started, it wasn't that tight.
No. Yeah. And then I reached a point. You remember I told you that I was earning double, triple. I was like one of the highest paid DJ back home back then. Yeah. And then I reached to the highest peak point very fast. Yeah. And then I asked myself, do I see myself going, is this it? Is this what I
ceiling?
want?
Yeah.
Because my main target was way more higher. Like my main goal was like going international, like being like Tiesto and all these big guys, like being like international artist. Yeah. So I knew that wouldn't happen if I stayed in Cyprus, because it's a very nice place, small island, very nice.
But you want the exposure and you want the
but you don't have the opportunities that you have in big cities and networking and all these. Also, even the materials that you want to buy equipment is very limited. So I was supposed to go to London or come to Dubai. So then that's where my friend came in. Like one of my friends who was studying with me, he's from Jordan. Yeah. And he told me to come to Dubai first time in 2006
Wow.
to visit. Because he was saying Dubai is this, Dubai is that. I was like, I never heard Dubai before. I didn't know, and like no one knew about Dubai before. I was like, Dubai. I was like, what's this place? You know, like let me check.
Let me see. Yeah.
Because you know everyone was like London or you go to Europe, you know, whatever.
True.
So when I came to Dubai in 2006, I was very impressed. Like there was back then there was Peppermint Club.
Yeah.
In where Kawali is.
True.
It was a big, huge club. And when I saw, it was like a rave. Like back then, like you have 3,000 people partying. They call it party, but it's a rave. But there was big dance floors. Back then, there was not so many VIP tables. There was a few, but main focus was on dance floor, which I love that.
The vibes.
I love to see the people dancing. I don't like to see people sitting on a VIP table, you know? So when I seen that and I see everyone's happy, no fights, no mafia, you know, no drugs, nothing. I was like, this is amazing. This is like heaven.
That's what I want.
Like, because I said, like, back home, you know, we have very good nightlife, but we have also mafia, we have drugs and all these things. So it can get nasty sometimes, you know. Like where I was working, we had many people like shooting
and stuff,
and all these things, and many drug issues, you know. So that's why when I went there, I told my father about it, and he was shocked as well. It's like there's no drugs, nothing, and it's like no fights. I said I haven't seen a fight. I've been here like 2 weeks. Every night we are clubbing, and there's no single argument, nothing, and everyone's happy.
That's my place.
Yeah. So everyone's happy. Everyone's like, it seems like everyone's
cheerful,
earning good money here, you know. and then and back then Dubai was booming. Like it was the time that there was lots of money, and no one negotiated back then.
I don't.
You're good.
Done.
Boom. How much you want? This much. Take it. That's it. People used to like give lots of money. So when I seen that, I said that I'm not going to London. Because London is a nice place, but there's crime is high.
True.
It's cold. I hate cold weather.
True.
So when I came here and I saw the weather and I saw the lifestyle, I said, this is it. And that's what made me decide to come to Dubai in 2007. I came.
They just came before the crisis.
Yeah. It was kind of good experience because I seen the peak point of Dubai and I seen the drop. But to be honest, like, we are kind of lucky that I'm lucky that I was in Dubai because all other countries, they're affected even worse.
True.
I mean, Dubai, okay, it was affected. I've seen many people, like 1 million, 2 million people leaving the country in a long, short term. But that kind of made me more stronger because whoever left from that scene, from that time, whoever like remained staying here, they were the strong ones.
Correct. Yeah.
Survivors.
Survived. Yeah.
I call them the survivors.
Correct.
Because that means they really knew their job, what they're doing. They were good at it. All the people mostly left, whether they had debts or they were the ones that lucky ones that they got
a job or
money,
something.
But there was nothing to hang on. And then when they lost the opportunity, they just left, you know. So that's why they kind of made me stronger because when people said, oh, there was a crisis in pandemic, I said, pandemic was nothing. True. Compared to back then, it was like a hiccup.
Yeah, 100%.
I said, you don't feel in pandemic, especially in Dubai, you didn't feel so much crisis. A bit of drop of prices, but that's it. In Europe, you feel a lot. So that's why we're kind of lucky.
So you came to Dubai.
Yeah.
Couple of things I want you to share with our audience. What kind of challenges that you faced in Dubai for the people hearing us or watching us abroad and they're in this field, in DJing, what they should be ready for?
I mean, look, right now the challenge is very high competition. There's so many DJs internationally and they're already big names, all trying to come to Dubai because why? Now Dubai become a main hub. Like before it was Miami, Ibiza. Ibiza is still in summertime or Mykonos, but winter season no one can beat Dubai in winter. Even Miami, like Miami is good, but the nightlife in Dubai, like from October until May, you will never get this scene nightlife that you can go out every night and you find every night
party every day.
full club. I mean, in Europe, clubs are open maybe Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And then, you know, okay, they have after parties, whatever. They're open maybe until 6, 7. But still, you cannot go out every night.
So competition here is crazy.
It's very high. So if you want to really like come to Dubai, you have to be ready. Like you have to be on your A game. Or you have to come to me and I should train you. Like, because I'm telling you, like once you get a shot here, it's a look. Dubai can be a big city as a population, but night scene is very small.
Okay.
The people who's in the
In
night
this
scene,
circle is-
they all know each other. It's like maybe 10 or 20,000 people that they go out every night,
True.
and they know each other. So the night scene is very small, the music scene. So when you do a good job,
You get
you kind of
noticed, elevate.
you become like popular very fast because why? It's a word of mouth.
True.
It's a networking in Dubai. So if you do a good job with this guy, the other guy will be in the party and he will say, "Oh, this guy was played really good. So definitely go hire him. He's a good DJ." So you start like the one event here, one event there, and then suddenly you find yourself after like 1 year playing in the best club.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Another-
But if you make one mistake,
It's done.
that's it. That's a bad branding. So that no one will
finished.
recommend you after that. So
Done.
you gotta what I recommend. Don't rush. Take your training. Prepare yourself because this is something that you get one shot in each club. If you do a good job, you carry on.
If you ruined it, it's
If
finished.
you ruin, next person will take over.
The next thing with DJs, when people are listening to us, usually you mix a couple of songs or music together, and each one is produced by different people, and they have the rights for it.
Yeah.
So when you mix, do you ask for rights for the mix, or how it goes?
Okay, so this is a very common question I get. So when we're performing, it's called performance rights.
Okay.
So there's different type of copyrights. There's performance rights, copyrights. There's royalty, which when you stream on the radio, on a podcast, or on national TV, these are like different kind of
Categories,
copyright.
kinda, yeah.
Exactly. So for performance rights, if you're performing live, and as long as you're not in a big international club, like let's say Ministry of Sound,
Okay.
and you're doing a live TV like a stream on a national TV, then you have to pay.
Okay.
Or there's a radio station who's doing a live stream.
You have to pay, of
the
course.
night you have to pay because these guys, these big radio stations and TVs, they earn money from advertisement.
True.
So and it's a big marketing. So that means if your song is heard by many people, you have to pay some amount to the artist because you earn money from his songs by performing. So you have to give a bit off to the artist as well.
But if you play on a small scale,
but
or
I mean,
like
let's say if you play in the clubs, normal clubs and whatever, like not in international. Let's say if you play in Tomorrowland, you have to pay.
Okay.
They pay 100% because it's a multinational event. 50 million people, like watching around the world. 50,000 people listening on the stage. You know.
So for starters, they don't need to worry about this.
No. I mean, to be honest, like you barely pay for as a copyright for performance unless you're David Guetta, a big person like that. But those guys, their sponsors, with the money they earn is nothing for them. It's like peanuts they pay to the artist compared to what they earn.
True.
But if you're, let's say, someone like upcoming DJ, whatever, you shouldn't be worried about that. But where you should be worried if you produce a song, because as I said, production and DJing is different.
It's different.
When you produce a song and you try to copy someone's music, melody, and there's a certain range with that. So what they do, 30%, they compare. I think there's a limit. If it's more than 30%,
plagiarism kind of
similar, then you can get sued by the copyright owner.
Okay.
They can go to the
So when you're even producing yourself, you need to be very careful that you're not inspired too much by something that you're copying.
I always say take a reference track, get inspiration, but don't get hooked up to the same melody. Like get your ideas, but do your own melody. So because the copyright comes from the main melody, and main theme of the song and the vocals, not from the beats or instrumentals. Not from the kick and drums. Anything melodic on the song will create the vibe.
Wow. I will circle back to the idea of DJing and becoming a producer. Is this a natural, I would say, growth for a DJ, or not everyone is going in this direction?
Okay, this is a good question. I always ask my students, like, if they want to go long term, like let's say if they want to take this as a long term career, they need to go for production, 100%. 100%. Because nowadays, back in days, it was like all about DJing, and producers were like different. They were like more like an artist, like they are in the studio, they make the song and they earn money from the royalties, from the copyrights.
Yeah.
But things changed because back then you used to sell records.
True.
You used to earn money from that. Now everything's digital.
Yeah.
So now, because of the scenes change, the only way to earn money now for producer, music producer, is the DJ.
True.
Because you get the performance money, which is clean money, and you can earn like these guys get paid like sometimes 50,000 euro for 1 hour.
Playing in an event,
Like
or
they
like,
said, if David Guetta comes a main event, main act, 100,000, 150,000 euro, 200,000, depending on the size of the event.
But because he's a producer also, right?
Because he can bring people.
Done, yeah.
So when people comes, if they can sell 10,000 tickets for 300 dirham each or 250, plus the VIPs, plus the sponsors.
True.
For the event companies, that's like nothing what they compare to what they earn. Is nothing what they compare to what they pay him.
True.
So that's why is the power of how you can bring people.
Attract. His brand.
It's a business.
Yeah,
it's a brand. So if you have the power, popularity to bring and sell 10,000 tickets, then of course you can ask for 200,000 or 300,000 euro.
True.
But if you don't have that power, then you have to go, let's say as a startup, normally when you release a good song and it goes on the charts, you start around $5,000 to $10,000 per night. And the more your career picks up, with
and
more
your
music
brand
and
becomes
everything,
stronger.
Exactly, then your price goes higher. So with the production, so basically, as I said, if you want to go long term, you have to know DJing, you have to know production as well. But DJing is like a short-term investment to return your money, like to pay the bills.
Cash cow.
Exactly. Pay the bills, pay your daily expenses, give you some bit of saving, but it's not gonna. It's not a life-changing experience. It's not life-changing.
Wealth
like,
building
business.
kind of.
Exactly. You will not be like covering your
investments
your
or whatever.
grandson or your grandkids, you know.
Yeah.
But with the production, you can do that. With production, like because of it goes viral worldwide. You're talking about millions of people, billions of people. So just even from copyright, like sitting down and doing nothing, passive income, like big guys like David Guetta, Tiesto. I'm always saying David Guetta, Tiesto because these are one of the top number 2, number 3. Even other guys, they earn good money as well. These guys earn like only from Spotify every month, maybe $100,000.
Just like
every month, just getting
people
paid.
streaming, listening to it.
It's like they receive check or transfer to their bank account, just sitting down. So even if they don't perform, just from the royalties, they can survive. I mean, they can live a good life. You know?
True.
But obviously, you want to perform when you produce your music, so you can see the feedback. That's your motivation, right? When you see 50,000 people jumping to your music, that's your like that's what you were like spending all your time to get that experience, feedback from people.
True. I love that. Let's move a little bit then.
Okay.
You decided, okay, I'm gonna open my business and I become an entrepreneur. So, how did it happen?
Okay,
DanceMania.
That didn't happen also easy. Like everything happened in my life, it happened in a hard way, which is I'm happy because it made me a stronger person. So it's all experience. So
you were DJing.
I came to Dubai. I was DJing full time as a resident DJ. I don't want to give the name. In one place as a 9 years resident DJ full time.
No freaking way.
Yeah.
For a particular place.
Yeah.
Say the name. Like it's not. We're not advertising, but like it's still existing the same or.
It's still existing, but we didn't end up in a good way.
Okay,
so that's
fine.
why I don't wanna,
go ahead. Sure.
Yeah. I don't want to market the place anyway.
Done.
So the ending wasn't good, so that's why I don't want to end up.
9 years.
9 years in the same place. And what happened within this 9 years, I realized, that kind of made me realize that I need to work for myself. I cannot work for anyone else after this point because, when you're young, you kind of look for safety in terms of financial, income. So then that was my only mistake, that since I was alone here, there's no family around to depend on. I was like always depending on my salary, but that kind of blocked my whole creativity, because I want to always expand myself, but I was limited. And after, like finishing with the work, with working for someone and opening my own business, It was hard. I'm telling you, like
Hell.
first 1 year is hell.
Yeah.
You have to be very mentally
Prepared,
and physically,
yeah.
mentally, like very strong. But you have to believe in yourself. That's the main point.
Yeah.
Like if you have a doubt, even a small amount of doubt to yourself,
Stay where you are.
it's game
Yeah.
over. Don't do this. Stay in a safe
Yeah.
zone. But if you believe that you can do this, you know, you believe in your own skills and you know, like your
Capabilities, your confidence, your faith in what you're going.
then go for it. 100%. I always say this: like you want to grow, you have to do your own business. Especially in Dubai.
So tell us what came to your mind. You said like I will start my own business. 9 years working for. I would say like working for someone.
I mean,
I want to do my own.
So basically, like while I was working there, you see, like the life is all like a puzzle.
Connecting stuff.
Like you know, you kind of it kind of leads to where you're gonna go.
True.
So all these small steps were preparing me for this moment.
Yeah.
So while I was working as a full-time DJ, I was also teaching as a part-time teacher in an institute in Batuta as a DJ with the CDs back then, because there was no laptop DJing was brand new. I'm talking about 2008, 2009. I taught there around 2-3 years, I think, until 11, and it was like more like a hobby, like just extra money, but I was doing it more like to spread,
be known, true,
spread the music, education, you know, like inspire people, you know, because I didn't feel DJing was enough. I want to teach people as well, and that was, I never thought that will become my main job, full-time job, you know. So when I quit my job and I opened my own business, this was the thing that made me decide to go in educational training
sphere,
because I already had some background experience, but also I want to have a daytime job. So, you know, I got married. Nightlife is different than daytime, you know, and you know, like I want to have a stable life, stable working hours, and then you know, to be able to have a healthy life as well, because it's not easy to live nighttime, and so I started at home, like giving private lessons. My home studio was like very small on the corner of my living room. And that's how it started. First one year I couldn't even pay my rent. Like I couldn't cover my rent. It was that bad.
The hell year.
And my wife was like, back then she was my girlfriend. She's complaining, oh, how are we gonna, if you have kids, how are we gonna cover the kids' expenses? I said, don't worry. I said, give me 1 year.
Trust me.
End of this 1 year, if I don't make this through, I will join a company and I'll work full time as a normal employee, and I will give you safety. But give me this 1 year. Don't
pressure me.
Don't give me negative energy.
Don't pressure me.
Support me, but don't put me down. Like every time I'm done, you should lift me up. Opposite, you know. She said okay, and then that's how it started. Every month, you know. At the beginning, I didn't even have one client, so I had to start from the bottom. I start marketing online, you know, using the online social media and everything, and then start having one student per month, 2 students, 3 students, 4 students. End of 1 year, the second year I doubled.
Wow!
I doubled my income, and then all the conversations, the arguments went away. So I was like, I had peace. Third year I went profit, you know, like it kind of like went to plus. And like we were like, okay, now, you know. Done. And then pandemic happened. Like that was the pandemic happened after 1 year. Because I opened the company in 2018. 2020, beginning of 20, January.
True.
It happened, I remember. And when it happened, it was like I was my business was picking up. And when that happened, because imagine one-to-one trainer.
Exactly.
People cannot come. So that's it. I said, game over.
True. And plus DJ, no parties.
Yeah, clubs are closed. Everything was against me. But then, you know, I'm a type of guy, I always find solutions for every, like, I always say, if one door closes, another door opens always. But you need to be
smart to see
and open mind to see the opportunities. True. If you're like always negative, then you will never see it, you know? So one of my students said, I remember, he mentioned Zoom. Why you don't do online Zoom call on a Zoom call? I never heard Zoom before. Like because Zoom was like officially made for like commercial
companies. True.
Commercial.
There was Skype and like.
It was like corporate for companies, for conference calls.
True.
And I was like, how does it work? You go online, you can teach them. I said, yeah, but it's different one-to-one. When he said you can record the sessions as a video, that was like, boom, game changer.
Yeah.
So when I heard that you can record the lesson, I was like, okay, this is the breaking point.
Wow.
So if I tell my students, because I know that no one will pay the same money that pay me as one-to-one to do online lesson.
True.
Even one-to-one, still online is different. But if they can record the session and watch it as much as they want,
they could. Yeah.
They will accept it. Yeah. And what I did one like first session as a trial. I said, look, you pay me only for one lesson. If you like it, you can purchase the package. Yeah. So I knew end of the first lesson when we recorded and they watched it again, they were like, wow, this is good. Because everything I forget, I can go back and watch it. Because in one-to-one normally you cannot do that. So that was the breaking point that I ended up earning more money in pandemic.
Online, really.
In pandemic, I earned more money than normal time.
Wow.
I almost doubled because imagine everyone's stuck at home.
True, and they want to do something.
Everyone, that was a really good, like I always say, bad things happens for a reason. So many people discovered that they don't have a hobby, passion when they were in the pandemic because imagine these people, they're so much workaholic, they've been so much focused on the work, they forget about themselves.
Yeah.
So they didn't realize they don't have any hobby. So when they're stuck at home with the family, with the kids, the wife is saying, do something. The guy is bored.
Where's the office to go?
He's like, okay, we watch Netflix. That's it. What are we going to do? And then he's like, I'm bored. He's like, okay, what do you like? I like music. Okay, search for a course. So when they and also you remember there was this, I think it was in Italy.
Yeah.
There was musicians like they were going on balcony and playing DJs.
True.
Saxophonists, like all these instrument players, like they were playing and people were dancing in their balcony. So when those videos,
I remember it was nice ones.
When those videos went viral, my business suddenly picked up even more.
True.
Suddenly I started having like instead of 10 calls per week, 20 calls. So I realized it's all linked to marketing online.
So COVID time, your business doubled.
Yeah. I mean, I was smart enough to turn around the business.
True.
So otherwise, I was gonna close it down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. And then when the COVID finished, because before the COVID, I was planning to move into a proper studio, to rent a proper office, have my own built-in studio and everything. So when it happened that when the pandemic was about almost over, like when things started opening up in 2021.
Yeah.
And my son was born as well. It was the time. There was a call that you need to get out of the house.
Yeah,
because I said the kid is here.
No studio,
I said he's gonna be streaming and running around. So that was the call. I said, okay, it's time to move out, and I opened my own studio. It was a hard work as well because I had to get an office, shell and core.
True, to do it yourself.
Built the whole thing with the contractor. It took 2 months to build the whole thing studio, which was fast actually.
True.
Yeah. Normally, whoever seen the place, they're like, this must taken you like 5 months, 4 months
to do it.
No, it was very fast.
Very well done. But inside of the business, what kind of core activities do you have in the business?
We offer like DJ courses, music production courses. We are specialized on these 2 courses, plus vocal recording sessions. So if anyone wants to record their vocals, they want to bring their music and record vocals on top.
Very nice.
That. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit details. Like, okay, let's DJing courses. What does it have?
So basically, look, many people think that I need to have some musical background to be able to DJ or to learn music production. No, that's wrong.
No.
You can be zero background. Actually, for me, it's better to someone to have zero background, scratch, so I can build that person easier. It's easier to shape something. No beliefs,
no wrong info.
Exactly, because sometimes people they say, I know the basic. What do you know? You just watch some YouTube videos, which one guy came up from out of nowhere. You don't even know he's got experience. True. And then he sometimes they teach wrong information. And then it becomes a wrong habit. So when you bring that to the performance and you want to revert that, that's harder than someone you're teaching from zero.
True.
So that's why when someone says, I have no background, I'm happy. I'm like,
Let's start. Let's get it done.
we're going to get to the point as how we want it, you know, like we're going to shape it up.
Yeah.
But even I have some professional DJs that come on a certain level and we improve them. Yeah. We kind of upgrade their skills. We teach them new stuff. So there's always space for learning new stuff. There's always open space for everything to learn new things.
But tell us, for example, DJing, you have like teaching DJing. Yeah. How does it look like? Like how many sessions? How does it work?
We offer 3 different packages. First package is 5 lessons, which we call beginners level.
Okay.
Second package is 10 lessons, which includes beginners level, 5 lessons plus intermediate level.
Okay.
Together. And the last 3rd package includes all 3 levels, beginners, intermediate at once. So if you take package 3, I will prepare you probably to perform in a club, festival like Soho Garden, Iris.
To that extent.
Whites, you know, that kind of big scenes, you know, like you should be able to handle all situations.
Wow. How long?
Normally, like each lesson duration is 1.5 hour, 90 minutes. It's flexible timings and dates because it's a one-to-one training. Many people think, they always focus on the quantity of the lessons. Like
exactly. It's like lessons, only 10 lessons I will be.
Like I always say, it's not the quantity of the lesson, it's the quality.
Of course.
What you learn, because this is an intense course. It's not like we sit down and have a conversation about music scenes. And
Did you see last year?
Yeah, exactly. Straight to the point. This is what you need to get from A to B. Structure. So once you apply this, then you will see every lesson. You will see the progress. So the good thing about our course is that you never do the same thing every lesson. You bring whatever you learned from the previous lesson. You add one step on top. Forward, always forward.
Very nice. So 10 lessons a person can perform.
So 10 lessons will be enough for private parties, events like weddings, even like house parties, even company parties.
But you still do it online also, or like the people have to be in Dubai?
I do have online students which they're from Saudi, they're from UK.
So also it works online and offline.
Yeah. I mean, but personally, I prefer one-to-one. But also online is almost like one-to-one. But it's different when you analyze someone in front of you, like when they perform and you watch them and you see their weaknesses. Then I work on the weaknesses to make it stronger.
If I ask you personally, what's your focus? What you will tell me? Coming like in the
what's my goals?
Goals, focus, what you want to hammer this year or next year?
For me this year, my resolution is to release at least 5-6 tracks, new singles with my production. So I'm fully focused on my production this year, and I'm gonna start performing this year. But when I say performance, not like a resident DJ. That's it. That residency is over. No more playing in the same place regularly. I'm gonna do freelance DJing, so I'm gonna play in different places.
Wow.
And this is gonna be more like a bigger event type of, like big clubs, like around 500 or above crowd. 1,000 people, 2,000 people, or in big arenas, like festivals. And why I want to perform as a DJ, because I want to play my own music and promote it.
True.
And plus, I love DJing. I like to entertain people.
True.
So I've always been a club DJ. So for me to play in a restaurant or bar, it doesn't satisfy me.
It's done. If people are watching us now and they want to be a DJ, but they're worried how they can promote themselves. To be like playing in clubs, bars, and so on and so forth. What's the tools that they have now, not to become a good DJ, but to be seen? Or it's also still networking and becoming in the circle?
I would say the cheapest way and most cost-effective way, social media, Instagram. So especially Instagram, TikTok, these two, is a very big game changer, because you can be a bedroom DJ, we call them bedroom DJ. You start from bedroom.
True.
So you can be a bedroom DJ, young boy, and you have some skills, but you wanna expose this to people.
Yeah.
So to get on a club scene is very hard for that boy. to go to a club manager, and no one will give him a shot.
Yeah.
So to get through that closed door is to go online, set up your iPhone. Now that phone cameras are good enough.
Yeah.
But have a good sound output. Like let's say maybe get some sound card, whatever, so you can have a good sound quality. Have some nice background like this, like a decoration. Have some.
You have similar, you told me.
I have some taste as well. Have some LED lights. LED lights helps a lot. It creates like club vibe. Don't do like in a white background, because that's like old school.
True.
You have to have some bit of like ambience. Theme.
True ambience. Yeah.
Then when you have the ambience and you have because look, the whole experience comes from audio and visuals.
Yeah, exactly.
And experience, the talent.
True.
So when you connect these three,
you can deliver.
Then everyone will feel the vibe, because why? You got good music, you got good vibe. When people watch on the video and they're like, oh, this video looks interesting, let me watch it. But if you do it with a white background, it just playing, it'll be like, oh, another kid playing in his bedroom.
True.
So you gotta be creative. Like do stuff that like check online social media. Check out the stuff that you like. Write them
Attracts
down.
you, yeah. True.
Write them down. Go and get them if you can, if you have the budget. Or you don't have to even buy exactly the same. So buy something similar within your budget. It does the job,
True.
And create your own style. And if you see that these videos are going viral and growing, keep doing it. Keep going, keep posting
repeating,
more.
Consistency,
don't go
discipline.
one shot and disappear, because that's like one shot.
True.
Keep consistent and hard work. If you have this patience, consistent and hard work, if you have this three, you will always succeed.
So if I ask you the opposite question,
Yeah.
you've seen a lot of DJs.
Yeah.
You've taught a lot of DJs.
Yeah.
What will be the top three or the main reason why DJ fails?
Patience.
Patience.
I think
it's a long
most
game.
of the people has the weakness on the patience. This is what I see from my students as well. They have a will to learn. They're passionate about it, but when something they try, it doesn't work out, they pull out. They're not persistent, patient. Like you have to, same in life. I mean,
True. You have to be
it
persistent.
doesn't always happen in the way you want. You have to work hard on it to make it happen.
True.
You have to push the door, to open it. So that's why, like when you're persistent, but being persistent doesn't mean like chase people. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. Improve yourself. Don't stay on the same level.
True.
Because if someone sees you on this level and say, oh, he's not ready yet, when next someone he sees you, you have to be like 2-3 times better than the previous version of you.
True.
Then they will say, oh, this guy is going big, because they can see the progress.
Getting better
and
every time.
they want to catch you before you go like viral.
True.
Because when you go viral, your price will go
finished.
That's it. It's a late
an end game.
Exactly, late
True.
deal.
True.
So you gotta catch on the right moment when it's about to explode.
So you have to be consistent in this.
Yeah.
If I ask you what is success for you, what you will say?
Like for me, success is like you set your goals. You don't have to achieve 100%. Like let's say I set my goals every year, but if I achieve even 80% of my goals, I'm happy. Like success is like you do something, you enjoy it, it makes you happy. And you appreciate. Appreciation is very, very, very important, because like what I have now, it was a dream 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I kind of appreciate what I have right now. But is this what I'm where I see myself? No. This is like a
stepping stone.
It's a phase. It's like a story.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle. My the end of the story is still here.
True.
There's halfway to go.
True.
But am I too far? No. So every year, if I take one step forward and I see myself going forward, I'm happy with that.
I love this definition.
Yeah.
We're in the Alpha Talks show.
Yeah.
If I ask you, how do you define an alpha? What's an alpha?
I think for me, alpha is like someone who warrior, someone who puts ideas in his head, who sets a target, and who makes these ideas reality, who brings them to reality, who works hard for them. like being someone who's like self-independent personality, which shows that he's strong personality, that he doesn't, I mean, depending on people sometimes it's good, but don't depend all your business on someone. Get help from people which you respect and they respect you. Don't get help from people which they will drag you down.
True.
So you have to be very selective. You have to be very careful of how to choose your circle.
Correct.
Of close friends and family.
Perfect.
And
that's
partners.
one of the best definitions of alpha.
Yeah.
In the Alpha Talks, we have a section that we call it the Alpha Quickfire, where I will shoot you questions and you shoot me back the answers. So are you ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
So a person who influenced you the most in your life?
My father.
A habit that contributed most to your success?
Being patient.
One word, in one word, what do you believe is the key ingredient for being a successful DJ?
Believing in yourself.
Where is your
is that one word?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Where is your favorite place where you've traveled to as a DJ for performance?
Amsterdam, I would say. Yeah, is one of the main spots.
Of course. Who are the top 3 artists or DJ that have influenced your styling and career the most?
Number 1, Swedish House Mafia. Number 2, I kind of like David Guetta's style because it's like he can go commercial, he can go underground. He's got his underground DJ name as a Jack Back.
Yeah.
So which not many people know about it.
True.
Which he does underground music, but then he's got the commercial ones under David Guetta.
True.
So I like that because he's diverse. Like you will never know what he's gonna release next. Unpredictable, which is good. Yeah. The first one I don't really. I'm very picky. I don't go so many people.
I read about you. Yeah, you were very selective.
Yeah.
If you had to choose, what is your dream festival or event to perform and why?
I would say probably everyone wants to be on Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
Number 1, number 2, Ultra. International Ultra. That travel around all Ultra festivals, all Tomorrowland festivals. There's many big festivals nowadays.
True.
Like, so there's Exit in Serbia. I mean, if I go to all of them,
I'm done.
That's my dream.
A career turning point. Like, what was the turning point that made you realize DJing could be a full career, not just a passion?
It was in, I think it was in 2008 when I got a full-time contract as a DJ. To be a resident DJ, and it was like the contract, like I kind of set the price and I didn't expect they would accept it.
Wow.
It was in 2008 before the recession.
And that was the turning point.
That was the turning point, and I said, I told my dad, I'm sorry, I studied computer science. You want me to be a computer IT guy, but this is what I love to do, and it brings 3 times more than the money that I'm gonna earn. So let me do my thing, and that was my turning point. Yeah.
What was the single best piece of advice that you've received?
Many people say that I'm humble, which I like that. It's always good to be grounded. Like even if you set to a certain level, always be like grounded. Remember where you come from. Don't forget that.
If I ask you to describe yourself in 3 words, what are you gonna say?
Patience, persistence, hardworking.
Bam.
Boom.
What will be the last message you want to leave the audience with today?
I think I said the same thing before as well, but I always say, if you believe in yourself, but you have to have 100% self-confidence with yourself before you get into your own business or your own destiny, your own goals. First, number 1, self-confidence. This is number 1. Number 2, game plan. I mean, you have to have a game plan. You can just dive into something without knowing where you're going. You need to set certain goals. And number 3, I would say probably like be happy, be positive. Like appreciate what you have, even as small. Like every day I wake up to say what I'm gonna do today to make my life better. This should be our main set of goal. For every day, you need to wake up positive mind and say how I can make my life better today.
Perfect.
Even one small step,
getting yourself better
getting
every
to the target.
day.
Because target might be far away, but then every single step you take every day, suddenly you find yourself after 2 months on a target, and or you say, I already reached here. What's next?
True.
Okay, next target.
Perfect.
So
If people watch and they will be very interested in connecting with you,
yeah.
how they can connect with you?
I'm very active on Instagram. They can check Gemandi Music, GEM. So basically, let me tell you about exactly. You got the branding here.
Exactly.
Let me tell you about the name, because they asked me how did I come up with the name. This is a good question.
Yeah, tell me.
So my name is Gem, right?
Yes.
But in my language, we write it with C.
C.
But since CEM is like we say Gem, but it's pronounced as Cem or Sem, I have to change it to G. So Gem and I.
That's why the name came.
Gemandi.
Poof.
So basically, like, because it's like my two personalities.
Yes, true.
I'm not a Gemini.
Yeah.
I'm a Capricorn.
Yeah.
But Gem is my name, and the other personality is the other guy who so when I perform, I look different. When I'm very serious, very professional, focused. When I'm in a normal life, I'm very social, like funny, you know, like talkative.
Yeah.
So people say, like, when you're working, you look really serious,
True.
or I'm in the zone.
And I'm focusing.
Yeah, I'm in the zone. I'm enjoying my moment. So that's how I look when I enjoy my moment. But when I was, I'm relaxed, you know, like I don't need to be focused.
Now we understand from where the name comes. So if anybody wants to connect with you, the best
Gemandi
way...
Music on Instagram. Gemandi Music on Spotify. Once you find my Instagram, you find everything.
I'll leave it in the description, of course, for people to catch up. Before we close, we have a ritual in the Alpha Talks. It's called the Alpha Talks Memoir. And the Alpha Talks Memoir has 3 things that the Alpha guest has to do. Number 1 is the Alpha guest has to write the experience that they had in the show. The second is to write a question to the next Alpha guest.
Okay.
They won't know, but it's a way for making the Alpha guests connect to each other.
Okay.
And the third one, who do you recommend can be an Alpha guest in the show that can add value to people? This we will do after the shooting. But now you should answer the question from the previous Alpha guest. So are you ready?
I hope it's not something personal.
Let's see.
Let's see. Was it a lady or a guy?
A guy.
Okay.
Why do people buy stuff knowing that it's not good for them?
That's a good question. Because I learned this in a hard way. So I told you when I came, I was 22 years old. I was very young.
Yeah.
So I had good experience in life, but this is something called ambition. In Dubai, Dubai is one of the worst and the hardest place to be in control.
True.
Because there's so many options,
opportunities, and
So if you're not smart enough, your money can go like this, and suddenly you say, where did the money go?
True.
So what I learned in 16 years I've been here, you know, to how to control my money, because before I used to earn lots of money
and spend it,
but I never saved, and I was like, where did the money go? All this money, I was young and I had so much money. I end up buying, let's say, if I want a keyboard, I end up buying the best piano, which I don't need.
True.
Like middle level piano would do my job. But back then, you know, when you're young, you want to get the best when you have the money.
True.
So this kind of taught me that when you have the money in future, I always ask myself 3 to 4 questions. Do I really need this when I'm gonna buy something? That's number 1. Number 2, is it gonna change my life, or is it gonna make my life better?
Yeah.
Number 3, can I afford it? Like, is it gonna really hurt me when I buy it, or if it's not gonna affect, then that's okay. But if it's gonna spend all your money on something, it has to be something like a life changer.
True.
That's gonna take you to the next level, not like put you down.
True.
So when you ask these questions to yourself, then you know
exactly where to put the
if
money.
it's good or not. I mean, you should always spend your money on something. Don't go and buy like very expensive car.
Yeah, true.
Buy something makes you happy. Buy a car. I'm not saying don't buy a car. Buy a car makes you happy, good enough for you, and with the extra money, go and buy a property.
True. Exactly. Man.
Always invest in property in Dubai. You know, like,
True.
You
The
never
best
lose.
thing.
You never lose passive income. You know.
Man, it's a pleasure having you
Same
today.
here. Same here, bro.
I really enjoyed the interview and conversation.
Yeah,
and
same
I'm
here.
sure we will do, I will tell something, we will do something together, maybe in the next couple of months. I think you guys will enjoy it.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Same here, man.
And I believe that all our audience and who's listening and watching to us will really find value in what you said. You're a great personality and character and have a lot of knowledge. Thank you very much. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank
I'll see you on the next one.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
That wraps another inspiring episode of today's show. I hope that this episode has ignited your inner alpha and left you feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to conquer any challenge that comes your way. Remember, alphas aren't born, they're made. It isn't about dominating others, it's about embracing your authenticity, leading with integrity, and making a positive impact on the world. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the Alpha Talks on your favorite podcast platform. Leave us a review and share the podcast with your fellow alphas. Also connect with us on social media at Saif Al Hakim. Share your thoughts, insight, and stories of personal and business growth with us. Let's create a movement of alphas supporting one another. The world needs more alphas like you exactly. Until next time, stay bold, stay driven, and stay alpha.